In here, we pour whiskey, 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 whiskey.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that from my guest, but I mean once again today. It's the return of Drew Lynch. His special's out right now on YouTube. It's called The Stuttering Comedian. Very appropriate. Although you don't stutter anymore.
I know. I was trying to get it going.
Bring
in the
it
car.
back, dude.
Yeah, I was trying to do it in the car. I was like, the last time that we did the pod, we talked quite a bit about like how it's just not real, and it's been a thing that I have to like keep up for all these years. And
yeah, it's a good ruse.
And so I wanted to come back on the pod and be like, listen, I know that clip went crazy, but for all the right reasons. Everybody's right. I've been putting it on, and I won't give up on it.
I think you should keep it, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like your stutter is as real as Theo's accent. How about that? Is it real? It's the best question. No, I know it's real, but that's the funniest part. Somebody said, "Who said that joke?" Somebody goes, "How long have you known Theo?" He goes, "I know Theo before he had an accent." That was I don't know who it was.
I don't know how Theo ended up he's gotten just like so like he's always been so prolific and just so like he just
I fucking love him, man. He's the best.
I mean, it's crazy to he's just so funny, and he just like tapped into just this weird part of his brain. Yeah, this weird part of his brain. That
because he is the Southern guy with an accent, but he tapped into a character that embodied deeper the version of his brain, of this little fantasy person that lives in his head.
Yeah.
So he gets to be that guy whenever he wants. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like the greatest comedy. It's kind of like Dan Whitney, that Larry the Cable guy.
Oh,
like Dan Dan's a regular cat, but he tapped into this character that obviously is partial from his life and his world, and then just kind of brewed something real.
Yeah.
This all being said, and both these guys are great guys, great comics, but your stutter's fake. It all wraps around to it just never was real.
Or like Dice.
Like Dice, yeah, Dice.
I'm just like
You're
Dice.
like Dice, yeah, you're just like Dice. You put it on. That's my favorite thing about Dice was like learning he's this. When I was a kid, learning he's just like this, this Jewish kid from Brooklyn who like just tapped into this like New York Italian, but they just kind of bought it. He didn't really even like tell anybody. He didn't go around saying he's like this Italian New Yorker, but it kind of just like took its own legs.
I've learned just so much about Dice Clay just now. Like I had no idea that he was. No, I had no idea. He was
a Jewish kid from Brooklyn. Yeah.
No,
but he's probably the original that embodied a character like that, and it's sold in a way that almost no one else has ever done. I mean, now people are doing it to his level, but he was the first guy to do arenas. I mean, he was the guy.
The first guy to do
Madison Square Garden. I mean, that's insane.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which you've done 6 times? How many times have you done the Garden? Well, you sell great tickets, though, man. You do great on the road, man. You really do. Every time I see you playing bigger and bigger venues, and I've watched you over the years, sometimes we 2 ships in the night, we pass at the Improv. Sometimes the store, but mostly the Improv.
Yeah.
And always doing new shit, always killing, dude. So I know the special's good.
Thanks. Yeah, I just wanted it to be like it's been something like over the years where it's just like, where's the stutter? What happened to it? Like, how has it come to be what it is now? And I just wanted to put it all in one place where everybody can just go and see what it is that I have to say about it, and then just move on, because it's something that like I just don't care about it anymore. Like I don't care. Like it's hard to be like, oh, this is such a big part of my identity, but I'm not gonna not honor what it is that I am right now. And if the person I am right now is like somebody who has gotten so much better with my speech and all that shit, like, like who am I to, like, I'm not gonna put something on that's not honest, So.
Yeah, well, it was you never did. I mean, you had when you had it, it was because you had it, and you had to get rid of it, and you got rid of it, and now you don't have it anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
and nobody cares. You're a joke writer. I mean, that doesn't. I don't think that makes up who you are. I think that gained a lot of popularity for you. Maybe it helped people recognize who you were.
Yeah,
but that's like anything else.
Yeah, it's like I mean, how do you feel about like like I don't know how to, like there's something so weird about like being on stage now and feeling like I don't know. It's just it's something that I'm like. It's so vulnerable to try to be like, oh, this is my actual voice that I am able to get through without getting stuck, and even I am recognizing it as something that's like it's so foreign. Like hearing myself talk. Sometimes I get really self-conscious when somebody points out that it's going good. Then I'm like, oh fuck, like I wasn't thinking about anything in my mind about how well I was speaking. I was just in the moment, and I feel like that's what stand-up is like. Like stand-up is supposed to be like, but it just completely throws me out when I feel like I'm getting like judged for it or criticized for it or anything like that. So I wanted to put it all in a special where it was just like, this is all the shit that it made me feel, you know?
Where'd you do it?
I just did it on YouTube.
No, where'd you film
Oh
it?
yeah, I filmed it at the Den Theater in Chicago.
Ah, Chicago, my home.
Yeah.
I've never played the Den. People love it. People talk about it. I want to go there, but I've never been.
Yeah, it's a beautiful venue. How do you feel about going home? Like when people see you from your family that are like in your...
Where are you from?
I'm from Indiana. And
Indianapolis?
Yeah.
When you go home, how do you feel?
I hate it.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. I love going home because I love Chicago. I'm going there tomorrow morning. I love Chicago.
Yeah.
Because I get to see people, my family, and people that I haven't seen in a long time, and that I love. But you're putting on, you're hosting a fucking wedding. It's just like it's like a wedding party.
Yeah.
Catering and friends backstage, and this guy's bringing 6 people, and you know, she's got her boyfriend's buddies, and da-da-da-da, and then her husband's nephew's son. Fine. But it's like extended family. By the time the after party is locked, it's 150 people. It's like I fed a wedding party. So that's my only bummer is like you want to like say hi to everyone. You need to do right by everybody. But the anxiety of performing at home is hard. I mean, I love it because I get to play the Chicago Theater every year, and that's my favorite venue. I mean, it was always a dream, and now I play it once a year.
Yeah.
And I love it. But it's hard because you are thinking all the time about, you know, you're trying to, not while you're on stage. It's not that. It's everything about before and after.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's the getting together with people and good, can you have dinner with us before? And where are you going to be the next 2 days? That's what's really hard.
Yeah.
You know, so when I go to
absolutely.
like, you know, Albany, it's great. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know anybody. You know what I mean? I'm free.
yeah.
I don't have to think about it.
It's so impersonal.
Go perform and fart around a town that I'm foreign to.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
You
do,
know?
do you ever get to where people are asking you to be funny off stage and you're...
No, I think people... Yeah, no, not anymore. Like your friends and family, that thing.
Yeah.
You'll get like a guy that my dad used to work with. That's like, you're not that funny when you're not up there, you know. And you're like, all right, Tim, take off, man. I get a drink, you know. I just don't entertain it anymore. When I was young, right, when we were in our 20s, it was hard for me because you haven't accomplished anything, you haven't even put any together 20 minutes. And so that used to bother me because I had nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
So it would eat me alive because it was almost like an ego check, and also I had nothing to prove. So, you know, it hurt. It was a bummer when people are like, so what's this thing you got going on?
Yeah.
It's because it's so easy for stand-up for someone to go, you know, you're out there trying to, Drew, you're out there doing that, you're doing that thing? I haven't seen you in stuff. What do? You don't have a thing yet, though?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, man, I'm fucking building towards it.
Yeah.
It's like you know.
Yeah.
It is crazy the way that, you know, I talk to, you know, the way I talk to like pro athletes. Like if I meet a pro athlete and they're 29 or 32 years old, like in that realm, and they all say the same thing. They're all like, I'm pretty tired because they've been playing since they were 14 years old.
Yeah.
And they've done this game of entertain, see the people, go to a new city, do the thing, work hard, do the thing, get a thing in the off season, and it's never stopping. And I think people don't get it that we didn't stop, we never stopped. It never.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing as when they say that to me. When a 33-year-old goes, I'm thinking about retiring, and people go, what? You're like, dude, they've been doing that since they were a kid.
Yeah.
And same thing. I mean, I started at 20 years old, so I'm 42. Like, it gets tiring.
Oh, it's so tiring.
It's fucking hard. I mean, not like cry me a river. It's amazing.
No. Yeah.
But it's just, I think people don't get it that you're like, no, I didn't get a break like normal people usually get.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying boo-hoo, but I think people don't recognize it, so they don't care.
Yeah, sure.
That's why they're like, "What do you got? How come you're not doing any more movies now?" You're like, "No, dude, I don't know. I'm trying.
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
time, constantly to do something."
What do you think? I'm not trying to do what I said I'm doing? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actively not trying to get stuff. No,
Yeah.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah. And it's harder. It's I don't want to say it's harder, but it's different because with like an athlete, like athletes are just, they are training like so hard, and like comics that are trying to make it, I feel like they're training so hard. But it's hard to like shut off your brain. Like if you're an athlete, you can be like, all right, I go work out and I stop my body, you know. But as a comic, it's just your brain going all the time.
All
Like,
the time.
All the time.
Yeah, it's hard to live with.
And it's like everything becomes like so saturated in conversation and in what you wanna like in a relationship, or just a regular a regular conversation, or one where a person you know well, like you're sifting through it all the time. It's like, I gotta stop that, man. Like I gotta stop thinking. I gotta stop trying to mine whatever it is to try to use something, because it'll just consume you.
Yeah, it'll kill you. Well,
Yeah.
does it affect your relationship, like with your wife? Do you get in that moment when you're like comedy, and she has to go, hey, dude?
Sometimes, I
Yeah.
mean, I find it to be exhausting. And when a comic comes up to you and is like, "What do you think about this?" And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to use that muscle right now. I don't want to do it. You know? So it's like, I guess I'm in that place with my wife where like she and I, we work together.
Yeah, she worked with you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, she works. We work together, and we're like, that's something that is so hard to navigate, because it's like, well, what do you think about this? And she's like, well, I don't know, I think about this. I'm like, well, that's not like, you know. And then it's like, okay, well, what about for dinner? And I'm like, well, we have to figure out the work thing first, and then, you know what I mean? And like this, we're in couples therapy right now just for this. Like, we have a great relationship. It's awesome. It's loving. Like, everything's great about our relationship. It's just we're trying to navigate how we work together. You know what I mean? Like the boundary of how we work together. And it's all my fault, because I'm constantly the one who's like, what do you think about this? And she's like, yeah, I mean, it's like, what about our wedding? You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I'm like, it's like, yeah, but it could be funny because we got the right ants coming. You know, it's like, it's weird to feel like and like couples therapy is bizarre too, because like, you have a therapist and then she has a therapist, and you're like, well, and both of them are like, well, we can do the couples therapy, and you're like, well, I want it to be my therapist, and so it's like, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's this weird thing that's like, we don't even know why we're really like there. Like, we're there just because it's like, well, I can't turn this off.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. It's not like a blame game thing. I think it's a difficult. Yeah, you're born. Look, it's a blessing and a curse. I mean, you're a great comic, and I think we have a hard time switching to human mode. So a lot of times I feel like comics. This is something I think we were talking about it last week. It's interesting to see comics try to be human, or when you run into a comic being a human, and you're like, look at him trying to be normal. Do you know what I mean? It's a funny, like, that's why when we see each other in public, we get a little weird. When we're like, whoa, what the fuck? What are you doing at a grocery store? You're not supposed to be here. And fans treat you like that too. They're like, dude, what are you doing here? You eat fucking food? And you're like, yeah, dude, I'm just trying to be a human. Because I think in our brain, you spent so many years trying to work as a comic, be a comic, live as a comic, produce stuff and put stuff out, that sometimes you do forget to be human. And I think it really is hard to do normal, regular, boring shit, which I still try to do as much as I can, because, I don't know, it keeps you a little connected.
Yeah.
You know, I still like to get lost. I still want to go somewhere and not ask for directions and then figure it out. I still like to stumble into a bad restaurant. We ate the worst Chinese food I've ever had in Dublin. It was funny as fuck. My wife was like, let's try a different... Because the hotel had nice restaurants. There was nice restaurants. And I said, let's try something like wrong. And she looked up. She's like, you want to do Chinese in Ireland? And I was like, hell, absolutely. And it was atrocious. But it was great. We had we had a nice, normal, you fucked up experience. We could have had the easy, just eat at the hotel and the humdum life of like hotel road, airplane flight, you know, like the normal that we always do.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, let's just go venture out to a shitty place and see if it sucks. And if it's good, it'll be like, what a find. And if it's shit, it'll be a funny story. And it was. We got into this thing where dude, I don't know if you do this, but maybe it's manners, maybe it's a Midwest thing. But we lied to the woman because the food was so fucking bad that we were like, we both looked at each other and she was like, do you want to just go? And I was like, yeah. And then so when she came back, we go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. We have a meeting. We have a thing. We forgot. Can I pay you and we can bag this up and go? It's like, I didn't need to lie to her.
Yeah.
I could have just said I want to leave.
Yeah.
But I did it because I was like, I'm so embarrassed that I don't want her to be like, you don't like it? And then
Yeah.
have to do this game of like, no, we love them. We love it.
I completely empathize with.
We wussed out,
Yeah,
man.
I do the same thing all the time. I mean, it's like when you ever watch somebody who can just like say something like
Glassman. Glassman's the best example. He can just be like, I don't want to be here anymore, and then leave. And I'm like, that's amazing. That's amazing. If we were all autistic, like he could just do it, and everybody goes, he's gonna leave.
It's the best.
I get so nervous about it. I don't want people to feel bad or someone to go, what was that about?
Yeah.
I just don't want that thing, of the, I don't know. And I'm never going to see this woman again.
Yeah, I know.
This-
And
the Chinese
in your
woman
mind,
in Dublin.
In
Yeah.
your mind, it'll never,
matter.
it's not gonna actually. But somehow, like even if you do that, you feel bad. I still feel bad. Like I'll still feel bad afterwards.
Yeah,
like
well,
even
yeah.
if I know I'll never see them again. And with my luck, I'll fucking see them again. I will. She'll be at the show. You know what I mean? And she'll be like, "That's that," or whatever. Like it's.
You
just,
didn't like my food.
Yeah.
You're like, no, ma'am, that's not. That's the pilot episode in Seinfeld, right? Don't they say the flight attendant said the pilots are coming to the show?
Really? I
Wasn't that
don't-
an episode, right? Where the flight attendant said to Jerry, the pilots are going to come to the show. And he sees them and it like zeroes in on them and he can't stop thinking about them the whole show.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it was?
And
And then you see it and it'll happen and you're like, this is the perfect storm of like, I thought I'd never see you again. And of course I fucking the
it's
front row.
the exact amount of anxiety that gets me to not watch that show.
Well,
That and
it's
Curb.
the life that we live.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and the that amount of anxiety of just trying to like how can I be so not honest off stage, but then on stage I can be 1,000,000% honest, but off stage I'm always like trying to and I have to consider people's like feelings and how it goes,
Right.
and then on stage it's not that at all. I've never been able to understand it. Maybe it's just because I'm introverted. Maybe it's because I'm weird. I have no idea.
Well,
but
it's
I
just not your
can't-
nature.
Yeah, I can't like this whole like human thing. I can't fucking do it well.
Nah, you're doing fine.
Thanks.
You're doing fine.
Thanks.
I think everyone's trying. He had a moment the other day. I'm going to embarrass him right now. McCone dropped off one of our guests at dinner, and he said to one of the guests on the show, he was like, because I went to do a show, and he said to our guest, he said, would you like some company? Like to go eat together? Because he was alone. And he must have not heard him. So he didn't respond, and he just sat there quietly, but he wanted to go eat at the place. So he waited till my buddy was done eating down the
I
road.
waited like 2 hours.
2 hours, and then he went and ate by himself.
But right as I walked in, he was leaving. He was like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing here?" And I was like, "Hey."
But see, this is what I
Like,
mean.
I had to
All
edit.
humans are having this experience at all levels. We're all trying to figure it out, man. I think we're all trying to figure it out. Nobody really knows what they're doing. Even the guy that thinks he knows what he's doing or puts it on, no one really knows. We're all
Yeah.
kind of fledging through things. I think the older I get and the more I see older comics that I love and respect or people that I was afraid of or whatever, and I really get to like start to know them, I was like, oh, they're just as uncomfortable and awkward and insecure and in their head as all of us. And I mean us being, because comics are the worst of all these things. The most insecure, the most egomaniacal, the most absolute stunted growth, because everyone in their mind still is when they started. And it's hard to get out of that. And I think once you get comfortable knowing we're all in that, like the amount of times I've DM'd someone and been like, hey, was it weird last night? Did I exit on a weird note? I'm sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And they never noticed it. You only notice it. I think because people don't care as much as we think they do.
Yeah.
They do. What's that old phrase? Is like, what is it? Like, it's
like-
something to the effect of like, I promise, not like I promise they're not thinking about you. Like,
Yeah.
no one is really thinking about you.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds awful, dismal, but they're really not.
Yeah.
No one is thinking about you at all.
Yeah.
You exist in their space, but they're not thinking about you.
Yeah.
It
Which
doesn't
is
matter.
also sad.
It is, but it's kind of relieving. It's like, fine, who cares? Everyone's doing their own thing. You just kind of float through this bullshit and do your own thing and figure it out your way. And if it makes you happy, it's good. And you try not to step on toes and piss anybody off, but you're gonna.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna get upset at you.
Well, what's the thing that you've like learned what's the thing that like changed your perspective when you were like, all right, I'm young and now I'm older and this is something that I very much understand and I subscribe to it every day because of that experience?
That's good. I think I think when someone gets sick in your family or dies, you start to give a little bit less of a fuck about everyone else's bullshit and opinions. And when someone you love leaves, whether it's a relationship or somebody dies or someone you love gets cancer or someone you know or love is gone or something bad happens, I think life becomes a little bit, I don't know. I think if I can give you the exact moment in my life where I started to like rejigger my perspective. Sorry, jigga. Sorry about that. I know, I caught it. I was having these ocular migraines in college and I started to lose my vision in my right eye. So I would go like temporarily blind. It's a precursor to migraines.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of crazy. It's pretty rare. Not a lot of people get it, but I got a million tests and I went through and I thought I was dying and I thought I had cancer, but who knows, right? And when I started to go get help and work through this, I started to see things kind of how like Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace. He used to say that before the Beatles, life was in black and white, and then after the Beatles, it was in color. And I thought that was a great, what he was saying was like he saw more, like he just saw more, like more angles, more opportunity, like more things kind of started to rise. And when I started to get help for that, I noticed one time going down the stairs of my buddy's condo, on the bottom was a like a handmade piece on the bottom floor in the tile, and it was what is it called when it's a bunch of little tiles? What is that called?
Mosaic?
Mosaic, yeah. And it was like a mosaic piece. And I had lived in that place for 2 years and I never noticed it. And I noticed it. It was crazy. And I think it almost reset my brain to stop being so inside of myself and thinking like, you know, I'm done. This is going to ruin my life. I'm going to have oculars forever. I'm going to go blind. I'm going to have crazy anxiety. I'm going to have panic attacks in public. Because I used to have to just leave. I just leave places. Or I'd drop friends off and I wouldn't see them for 2 days, you know? Like I'd drive them to the bar and then I wouldn't talk to anybody for a day or two. Because I was just having crazy panic. And just because I was like, I kept losing my vision. And so this would spiral me out. And once I started to get help for it, it kind of just, a lot of stuff washed away in my mind. And then it gave me confidence to really start doing stand-up when I was in college. It kind of was part of the trigger for me to just get my balls together and go do it.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It was kind of, they were pretty closely related. I knew I wanted to, but I just was so over it. I tried a few like cafe mics and then bailed. I bailed multiple times.
Wow. So it was just like, you saw the mosaic and you were just unfamiliar with the space, or you saw it in a different way?
I just saw it for the first time. Like, you know how you pass through life a lot of times and you just don't really see things and you live with it every day. And I kind of saw it. I don't know. I guess I just kind of like saw it for the first time, and I'll never forget the images burned into my mind. It was like a sun. It was like a you know, an abstract sun. But it was just, I don't know, something so simple. I guess I saw it for the first time because I was clear-brained, because you're kind of just flying through life most days. Mm-hmm. I mean, I bet you don't see most of the shit that's in your house and you forget that it's there, or a thing that, it just exists. Shit exists. Like, I just started to notice that thing as I left on the front door. And I guess it maybe triggered something in my mind of like, oh, it's all good. I got to get out of my own way. Like, I was so deep in my brain about everything. And it helped me in the world of like performing and just getting over it. Just being like, it's okay. Wow. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying that's the literal reason I did stand up, but it was just a thing that helped me stop having so much anxiety, stress, depression, and then the migraines. Like, everything was layered.
Wow.
It felt like one thing started and it just was like, it didn't stop.
Yeah.
And then once I got help, it stopped. You know, once I actually like went to therapy and went to counseling, and then started to like change the way I was living my life. It just helped.
Yeah, I mean, that's really young too. For you to, I mean, you said in college?
I was 22 years old. Yeah, it was my last year in school. 21, 22 years old. My senior year in college. I had gotten back from being in Europe, completely lost. Like, I remember thinking all my friends had jobs lined up, or like they had careers. Mm-hmm. And this was like the final call, was like, hey, are you gonna bartend when everyone leaves school? And I was like, who cares? And then I was like, oh shit, should I care? Like, I didn't think about it. I just was like, oh yeah, I was just gonna try stand up. People were like, oh no, you can't stay here in Arizona. And I just didn't, that kind of started to trigger this panic where I was like, fuck, am I going to actually move and try stand-up, or am I just going to stay here? So it was heavy on my shoulders.
In here, we pour whiskey.
I'm here to tell you about ZocDoc, and you know why. I use ZocDoc when I moved into my new neighborhood. It's pretty incredible. It makes it easy to find a right doctor. Right now, it's all done online. I do genuinely love them because they helped me out. When I moved, I didn't know who to go to, and I didn't want to ask any friends. Whether you're feeling stressed from work, or you're bloated, you're eating too much, you're not sleeping well, no matter what your issue is, ZocDoc can help you. It's a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. They got over 100,000 doctors across every specialty, all right? You'll find the right one. You can click and book yourself a visit. You can even get same-day appointments, but usually as fast as 24 to 72 hours. It is that easy. I used it. I loved it. I got myself a new doctor, a new chiropractor. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/whiskey. Stop putting off your doctor's appointments. And once you find the right doctor, by the way, you can see their actual appointment openings, you know, not just guests. You can choose a time slot that works for you. You can click and instantly book yourself a visit. And this is across everything, you know, dental health, mental health, primary care, urgent care. They got so much. You can filter for the doctors who take your insurance and are located near you. So why not give it a try? Do yourself a favor. Go to ZocDoc.com/whiskey and find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/whiskey, ZocDoc.com/whiskey. I got to tell you, a lot of guys that tell me, hey, you know, I can't really keep the flow moving. The river is slowing down there. Well, I'm telling you, there are great treatment options for ED, like Hard Mints and SexRx Plus Climax Control if you're prescribed, and this is all coming to you from Hims. Hims is more common than you think. More men use it than you know. And think of Hims as your digital front door that gets you back to your old self. A simple 100% online access to trusted treatments for ED and much more, all in one place. Hims offers ED treatment options, and they are not one size fits all. It's customized for you. All right, feel like yourself. With the help of Hims to access your goals, whatever that may be, how much pump you want down there, you know? To get simple online access to personalized, affordable healthcare for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and much more, visit hims.com/whiskey. Look, I have a lot of friends, including my good friend Bobby Lee, who needs a little boost, and Hims helps him out. That's hims.com/whiskey for your free online visit, hims.com/whiskey. Actual price will depend on subscription plan. Feature products include compounded drug products which FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Were you always somebody who like considered how you thought first or how somebody else thought first?
I was always worried about what everybody thought.
Yeah.
All the time. We're still all worried about what everybody I mean, it's just because you're like, I really want to appease everybody, but I still want to show them that I can do this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's so contradictory because you're like, just do your way. Just be as nice to people as you can. Do your own thing. And then, then you reach an age. How old are you now?
33.
Yeah, 33. I mean, yeah, fucking dude. I'm be 42 this year. It's like you reach a certain point and you're like, I'm done. I don't care. I think I had little moments that started to help, but I think 40 when I just was like, I think I told this the other night at the Ice House. I think when you get out of the shower as a man and you look at your little wet penis, you look at your little wet penis in the mirror. Honestly, dude, it happens. A thing will happen. You're skinny, dude. You're young. You're 25. That's different. When you get out of the mirror, you'll get out and you'll look at you see your little tiny gross penis in the shower and it's wet and you haven't dried off yet and you're like a wet little dog and your drippy hair. It just levels you. You're like, everyone has a little wet penis. Everybody has this. I did that bit at the Improv the other day at the Ice House, because I thought how true it is. This is Brad Pitt has a little wet penis when he gets out of the shower. He's not that hot, dude. He's hot in the world, but at home, the most vulnerable, when you're right off the toilet. If we all should have a mirror facing us on the toilet, we all look hideous. Like, have you ever been in a hotel and you've seen yourself on the toilet mirror? It's it's fucking repulsive. It's hunched over. It's archaic. You feel very like Neanderthal-y. And just poop. I poop on phone. And that image is like, you're all a vulnerable, gross, weird. No one's that cool. No one's that hot. No one's that cool. We're all the same. We're really all the same. We're just varying levels of confidence with our bullshit. You know?
Oh, man.
Look at your little wet penis when you get out of the shower. I'm serious. Before you dry off, get out of the shower, look in a mirror, and look at your wet hair stuck to your face, and it's dripping down. And your little penis just snuggled in your balls. No one has a cool dick out of the shower. It's impossible, dude. It's impossible. And so I think when you start seeing that in your 30s and on, you start to go, who gives a fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, I remember being young, being afraid of being naked at the gym. And you know how you see old men now with their old balls just hanging out now and their flabby ass? I'm there. I'm naked when I go to my gym and shower, I couldn't care less. If a young guy's like, whoa, dude, look at your little wiener. I don't care at all. I don't fucking, who cares? Tell everyone about it. What do I give a shit, dude? It's over. It's done. We're done. Like I used to have a bit about, do you really think, you know how they have to like cut people's clothes off, paramedics sometimes? Yeah. Do you really think the paramedics have a comment about your penis? Or like the mortician?
I do. I
You
think
do?
they would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just so vain that I'm like,
They don't care.
Like I'm so worried that in whatever position I am and end up in cardiac, I hope that I'm covered.
Covered?
Yeah.
I used to say I did a bit at Montreal years ago about, and it didn't even do great, about I pray I die with clothes on. Like, I just don't want to die naked, you know? Like, the people that slip in a shower and they hit their head and they're like, it's just like water running on your naked, dead body. It got me, so the image makes me so sad. Like, you know, like a buddy, I lost a buddy, you know, who was a great dude, and he died in the tub. And, you know, it was awful and atrocious. It fucked us up. And then then your friends, you start to make jokes about it because it's only natural. Mm-hmm. And we made jokes about that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, do you think he had anything in the tub with him? Like, was it candle lit? You know, did he have like a rubber ducky in there? You know, it's like that kind of like I had to joke about it because it was so dark and real that I was like, oh, dying naked is so wild. But for no minute does anyone think in that profession, well, look at his dick.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. Unless it's huge. And then they go back to the station. They're like, dude, this is insane. This guy was a horse. He died as a horse.
We had to use it to get him out.
We hoisted it under his legs. We lifted his legs up. I swear, dude, Timmy was there. He saw the whole thing. I think that once you get over those things, I mean, those things get they fade away. It all fades away.
I really I hear what you're saying about like you have somebody who is close to you who dies or who people get sick.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going through it right now. I was, you know, all today I was like, man, I love this pod. I respect Santino, dude. Like, I just came from Vegas. Like, I was taking care of I got a buddy who's in a rehabilitation facility because he's got a degenerative like brain thing. This is my best friend, 25 years or whatever. My dad's got brain cancer and he's got stage 4. I literally had to leave my dad. I had to leave my dad in Indiana because I came from Europe. I went right to Indiana to see him so we can have a Macallan 25 with him because that's what he wants. That's one of the things he wants to do. And so I leave from Indiana, and I have to leave him early because my friend ends up in the hospital, and all this shit just happened very, very quickly, very like degenerative rapidly. And then I go there, and it's like, dude, like, it just like it sucks sometimes to feel like you have such a responsibility as a comic to have like this fucking outward sort of appearance or whatever, even if it's online or whatever, and you have such a like. So much happening, and it'll be funny eventually. All this shit's gonna be funny, whatever, eventually. I don't care about that right now, but it's so like, I don't know, man. It's just very hard. I mean, I'm glad to hear that you say something like that. You're somebody who, you know, you're an emotionally intelligent person, so I feel like if I were to say this to you on the pod, that like, dude, I'm struggling, feeling like my dad's sick, my best friend is sick, all in the same year, and it's all like just coming to a point, and I'm struggling to feel like, man, this is like I'm struggling to feel like, man, this is all fucking funny. Like everything's funny until it's not, you know,
Right.
until it's like really contextualizes your life or the value of these people in it.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Well,
man.
how about this? I'm glad you came,
Yeah.
and I'm glad you said that. I'm sorry that you're going through it.
No, like,
But it shapes who you are. It will color more who you are, and I think, look, you know, I've never dealt with something at that scale, and I know that's a heavy, heavy, heavy thing, and I'm glad you shared it, you know, but I do think your job, comedy away,
yeah.
your job is to make sure that you're still getting the most out of life with these people.
Yeah.
Because comedy will be there. Comedy's not going anywhere, man, especially with the way you work. Like, what I mean is, you're not a passive, lazy person. So comedy can take a back seat. And the older you get, the more we need to put it in the back seat a little bit because it's only been driving us the whole time.
Yeah.
And so now it's like you need to push that back a little bit. And I know it's really hard because we have that mentality. Every one of us, no matter how big you get in comedy, Chappelle has this too of like, gotta still get up. And you're like, well, you don't really. But he's like, yeah, you do. And you realize it's like, oh, we all have the same disease of like, oh yeah, you have to still make comedy a thing in your life, if not the priority. And I think times like this, and I guess it's a great tie from what we just talked about to what you're going through. It means the most that you separate and let the comedy just sit right there for a second. Go do what you need to do. Life will bring you back to where you need to be comedy-wise, but I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't think about it at all.
Yeah.
I would only think about the other shit.
I almost am. I know I have the responsibility of when things pick up back on tour and everything. Like
Sure,
you
but
know,
that doesn't.
you get
That's
that
not
stress.
a priority. Because
Yeah.
tour's not going anywhere, man. Those cities are going to be there. Those fans are going to be there. These people want to support you, and especially if they know you're going through something real, which they all fucking go through. I think we forget that people come to laugh, also to get away from their fucking shit.
Yeah.
So this is the sad clown disease of like we have to bring the joy even if we're sad. Because they're probably going through a tough role and they just want life to feel good.
Yeah.
But when it's time for you to help yourself out, you need to help yourself out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, sometimes comedy does help me get away from the. If it's too sad and too much spiral, then it's like I need to go fuck around on stage to make me kind of feel free again.
Yeah.
But you only you know your own balance. But I think because you're going through that with your pop, I mean, you know, I think that's tough, dude. I think it's making whatever that is a priority is the only thing that matters. My parents are getting older, so I was like, we need to do the more stuff. We need to do more and more shit.
Yeah.
You know, and they're trying, but it's become more of a point. Like when I go home tomorrow, I'm going to spend almost a whole month with them, just because I was like, you know, we're not going backwards. So I was like, we need to just keep trying new shit, going to do new shit, trying to have some fun, because it's not guaranteed. And I think people at home deal with it. Everyone that's listening, they've all got their own version of it, which again, this is a big full circle moment. That's why I don't care as much about stuff that I used to. They're all living the same thing you are. It's not the exact same thing, but they're living a version of it, of like, yeah, my dog fucking died and I just lost my job.
Yeah.
And I like listening to, you know, Drew's shit because it makes me feel a little bit, the escapism is there, you know? Everyone's looking for a way to push away the bullshit.
Yeah.
You do have to deal with it, but we're all kind of doing that. You know?
That was why I was curious about how you know, like what kind of brought you into feeling like this is a change for me professionally, and about how I carry myself, so I you know, so you can better manage whatever it is that happens on those
I think
personal
unfortunately
downturns.
it's time, like it's time.
Yeah.
That's the shittiest part.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, this is like the funniest thing. I think one thing that really kind of started to give me more like calmness or acceptance is when I started to become the same age or older than the executives I was working with.
Oh, that's so.
It like
so
does
true.
something to you. Yeah,
Oh,
like
it
when
does.
I have an executive I meet that's 38 and I'm like, fuck you. There's a thing that happens, right? It just you go, oh, I used to be like, you know, you'd look up and I don't want to make you upset and I'll do whatever you guys and they're like, oh, you got to stop 2 times. We're gonna fly you up, but you have to stop twice on the way to New York. And you're like, sure, man, yeah, put me in I'll hang on the wing, you know. And we would just, you know, you would just push yourself into the fire because I was scared of these beings.
Yeah.
Then when I became the same age as them, or I surpassed age of some of these people, your brain clicks differently. You're like, oh, what the fuck is a kid? I'm fine. I've lived more years than this person, or I've got my own experience now.
Yeah.
I think that helps too. It's literally, unfortunately, it's time in the game. It's time with the machine that helps you calm down.
Yeah, and same with audience too.
Oh,
Sometimes,
yeah.
Sometimes when you look out and like they're like, oh, these are really young. These are kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, at this point, we're getting older where everyone's going to be younger than you.
Yeah,
It's
I
going to
guess that's
continue
true.
as time goes
Well,
on.
yeah.
Like, what's your age range?
It's honestly it's like 40, like 30 to 40, 25 to 40.
Yeah.
That's kind of the people who. So it's kind of like mostly older, I guess.
I'll get a couple. Sometimes my wife laughs. Like I'll have a guy come up to me who's like in his like late 50s, early 60s, and he'll be like, "Dude, massive fan," and I'll be like, "Thank you, brother," and then we'll go sit down, and I'll be like, fuck, that guy was old, man. Like, am I fucking old, dude? Like it. It just like clicks in where you're like, shit, dude, I'm old too. Yeah, I'm not young. I'm not a young lad anymore. But that's cool. I mean, but also then I'll get a 24-year-old dude at the airport being like, I'm Bobby's mom, dude. And I'm like, hey, what's up, dog? I get both sides of the, and I don't care. I want everyone of all ages. I don't give a shit how old you are. But it just reminds you, it's like, I'm not a kid anymore either.
Yeah.
So you want to think that everyone is, I think especially of authority figures, you always think they're always older than you,
Yeah.
Dude, you're older than most cops. I always think about that. Like whenever I get pulled over now, I want to be like, dude, what are you, fucking 28? Get out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I'm older than most cops, That's kind of how my brain sees things now. You start to, you don't care. You've lived enough. You've had enough trial and tribulation. You've made a lot of mistakes. You've tried to correct some of them. You've bounced back. You've been better. You've been worse at some things. And I think that's everybody. I think the more that we live in that space, the more you comfortable with all the other bullshit.
Do you know of is there a year that comes to mind where you're like, man, this one was the hardest? What, like, personally, professionally, where you were like, this one is
2025.
This one's gonna beat me.
No, I would say, like, is this your hardest year this year? Do you think?
Maybe. I think I'm managing okay on the personal side, but I mean, I sometimes
Because your career's going great.
Yeah.
But the life stuff is tough.
The life stuff's tough, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever 1 year. I do think there's moments, I couldn't go home when my grandpa died. And I think to this day, I'm still mad about that because I was working and I needed to work. And I was mad about that in retrospect.
You were talking about you were doing comedy at that time?
Yeah. Yeah, I was on the road. That I'm still mad about. I will say, I'm still actually upset about that. He was like my hero. And of course my grandmother was like, he would have wanted you to keep doing your thing. He was so proud of you.
Yeah.
He would not want you to change to come to a funeral. You saw him right before he died. But to this day, I'm actually still upset about it myself. I'm mad. So I would say that to all my fans this is what, God, 10 years ago now? Over 10 years now? I would say to fans that just go to the thing. Skip the fucking gig. Skip the work. Work sucks. Work will be there in any capacity. Yeah, I'm mad I ever did that. I'm mad I ever fucking never went home for that. And I guilted myself over for a long time. For no reason. I mean, it was all okay.
Yeah.
But I've learned more to be like, fuck it. Like my buddy's going to get married. A good friend of mine is going to get married. And I was going to miss it coming up in 2 months. And I said, fuck that. Cancel the shit. I'm got to go.
Yeah.
I want to fucking go to his thing.
Yeah.
Celebrating life. I was like, what? I'm going to be dead.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about the gig? Well, what if they don't book you again? These fears. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
You're going to figure it all out. It'll all figure itself out. And that's more important to me is being with friends or family and celebrating the machine of life of like these moments of rites of passage. Like that's way more important.
That wedding better be so good, dude.
It better fucking be good, dude.
Literally.
Sean, if it's bad,
they better make it.
they better make it.
I'm telling you, dude.
Someone
it
had
was
that
a corporate gig that I didn't,
Oh, yeah, dude.
No, I'm telling for you.
Yeah. I go, Sean?
It was a corporate, dude.
Do you know what I missed out on, dude? I'm going to bill you. No, it's actually... by the way, that should start happening for our friends. We should have divorce parties. When our friends get divorced, if you spend all that money going to the wedding, it should be a divorce party.
Absolutely.
The guy should throw a divorce party for his boys that he invited to his wedding if it didn't work out. Same thing for the girls. A girl should have a divorce party. We should institute this. Yeah. By the way, new business. You know what I mean? Because people always do, like, marriage, huge business, babies, huge business, and death.
And dogs.
And dogs. And dogs, that's also true.
Huge business.
Like we could do a dog business. We could do divorce with dogs. The Drew's divorce with dogs. Drew 2's divorce with dogs. So Drew and I are starting a business. If you're getting a divorce, we provide puppies to come to your house to hang out with. You get drunk, you play with dogs. This is going to make you happy, dude. We provide a bartender who's in a dog costume. And little dogs are going to be running around. You can pick which ones you want. And if for extra, we can sick a dog on your ex. We can have them try to find your ex. Divorce with dogs. Yeah, no, I think you need to do those things I just feel like that's more and more becoming priority in my life to skip the thing to do the other thing.
Well, you were close with your grandpa?
Yeah, dude, that was like my hero. It was my guy. That was like the funniest dude I ever knew. Who was like the guy in your family who like made you feel like you were like, they're fucking funny?
Yeah, I guess it would be my dad.
Your dad was funny
Yeah, I
like
guess
that.
so.
Yeah.
He's just thrown away, just type funny. You know, like just Midwest type, like
Yeah, oh,
just
yeah.
thrown away.
On purpose or on accident?
On purpose.
Oh, yeah, he was-
on
so he-
purpose,
yeah.
People who are funny who don't know it, those are really funny people. I mean, they're like they don't like they're just like that's a funny person to watch, and they're
Yeah.
not aware that they are.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a different type. But
Yeah, your dad was he's smart, he's
he's
intelligent.
like yeah. He's like
You
trying
remember
to get-
my buddy Schuler? Schuler's one of my oldest friends. Schuler's funny on accident.
These are the
Like you
best
talked
people.
about. He has no idea. He's probably gonna hear this. He's awesome, and his disposition in life is wonderful. He's gone through some really tough shit. Still just tries to stay in the good mood, and he says funny ass shit.
Like what? Like what's an example of? Like,
Well, I mean, he does funny stuff too. This is the funniest story that I remember. You know, we were in college still, I think, and we were all in Chicago celebrating New Year's Eve, and and we all split a room together. Like we all pitched in on a hotel. We had no money. We had 2 dimes to rub together, dude, and we were all kind of scrounging together New Year's Eve outfits because we bought tickets to this bar, and it was $100 per person,
Oh,
all
what?
you can eat and drink,
hey.
from 4 p.m. till 2 in the morning.
Hey.
So we had all been like, we're gonna be there at fucking 4 o'clock. We're eating dinner. We're gonna have cocktails. We'll go outside and smoke. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we planned the night because it was $100, and so
Yeah.
and that was all the money we'd ever had in our
Yeah.
entire life. But I remember it was unlimited, all you can drink and eat. And I said, we're not going anywhere else. We're gonna stay here all night. And we're in the hotel room, and we're all kind of like got our Ross Dress for Less thrown together, button-up shirts with colored jeans and dress shoes, which was like at the time that was the style. Oh, brother,
Yeah.
I know, that was the style. This is 2004, 5, whatever, and and we have our clothes on, and then Schuler comes out of the bathroom, and he's done his hair. He's got his hair slicked back, and he's got like a linebacker body, and he goes, "Check this the fuck out," and he had on. It was a leather shacket. It was a shirt jacket. It was a shirt, but it was a jacket. Dude, I had tears in my eyes. But he thought it was the flyest shit. He was like, he's like, dude, you know how much money I saved and spent on this fucking thing? Like it was like 3 weeks paycheck, And I was like, brother, why do you have a leather shirt on? It was all leather, a leather long sleeve shirt. It was the dumbest looking fucking thing. And he was like, nobody fucking spill on this, dude. If you spill, I'm like, we're gonna be blacked out. Someone's gonna spill on it. And then the funniest part is he gets in an argument with someone, probably the 3rd hour in, because we're hammered, and some guy's chirping at him, and he's a big boy, and I wouldn't fuck with him. She's right though. You know him. He's not a small man. Like he's got a dominating presence too. He would fuck you up, and he's chirping at someone. And my buddy Pig is the funniest dude. Kansas City dude, gold tooth. He used to have a gold tooth on his front tooth, and he was like, "Nah, Shu over there trying to fight." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Shu over there trying to fight." And I was like, well, let's go over there. He goes, I'm not getting kicked out of here for $100. I was like, yeah, you're right, dude. So Schuler was like, you guys gonna help me? I was like, no one's helping you, dude. Keep that shacket. Kick him out. Kick out the shacket guy. But these moments, like, they were unaccidentally funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. He wasn't trying to be.
Yeah.
He just was he's a cartoon, man.
Yeah, he's just himself.
Oh, he's one of the best dudes I've ever known in my entire life.
In here, we pour whiskey.
This episode of Whiskey Jr. brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is fantastic. I've talked to you about this for years and years now. I do believe in getting yourself some help, and BetterHelp does just that. With the internet, at the access of your fingertips, and also with the access at your fingertips to things that I think hurt your mental health and wellness, it's a struggle to take action, but I think you need to now. And with BetterHelp, they got over 30,000 therapists, the world's largest online therapy platform, serving over 5 million people globally. It really does work. It's convenient. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life, plus switch therapists at literally any time you want. I've used therapy for a while, and I really believe talking to someone helps so very much. So no matter what you're going through, BetterHelp is the largest online therapy provider in the world. BetterHelp can provide access to mental health and professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners are going to get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/whiskey. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/whiskey.
Ginger. I like gingers.
I think that thing that you got from your pop, it's probably why you're witty, because you're having a father figure who's got that thing in him, you know? Like my dad was never like that. My dad was a dad. My dad was always dad. What are you doing? It was a lot of that.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. It was a lot
Yeah.
of that, which I deserved because I was
Mine
a
too.
fucking
Is
idiot.
that weird that mine was?
Yeah,
that
but your
weird that
dad
mine was both?
But your dad had no. He could have been both, but he probably had more comedy chops in it. My dad was dad.
Oh, I see. Nothing
My dad
like
was
that.
made to be dad. It was like the dad machine built the dad, you know, and he came
Yeah.
out with a very like, the fucking you,
Yeah.
that thing,
Yeah.
that thing. And
Yeah.
I deserved every second of those because
Yeah.
I was an idiot.
Yeah, but
was an
still,
idiot.
such a narrow box to fit in between that guy's comfort zone of like, don't,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
don't push me too far here, and
Right.
don't do where it's nothing either.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Be in the safe zone.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
don't fuck it up, will
Yeah.
you? I think that part of him made me, because I was so much more of a smartass, and my grandfather was the one that was a goof.
this is your dad's dad.
This is my mom's dad.
Oh, interesting.
My dad's dad died when he was a kid, and then he had a stepdad that comically like was too old to be a dad, you know. So he had already like raised his own kids.
Yeah.
So he wasn't. He just sat in his chair, like most dads sit in
Yeah.
a chair. but my grandfather that he was the guy. He would say stuff, like he would say stuff he shouldn't say, but like, you know, you'd be in earshot of like a heavyset guy, and he would say something to us, and the guy would for certainly be able to hear it. He'd be like, but he knows he knows a good spot for a good meal. But he would say it to you're like, dude. But as a kid, you know what I mean? You'd laugh because he would do that shit all the time. You know? Yeah, he had a great sense of humor, but it was always very like, he's just teasing.
And was he old enough to where like people were okay with it? That's the other thing.
Well, he was a firefighter for Chicago. He was kind of a guy's guy. Like, you know, that's
Yeah.
who he always was.
But like you're talking about your grandfather,
grandpa,
right?
yeah.
So yeah. So that's the thing. Like right now, my dad is he has no filter of somebody who has brain cancer. He's just like letting him fly.
Why not?
But he's young. You know what I mean? So he's not like an older guy who's like saying stuff. He's like, oh, it's endearing because he's old.
Right, I understand.
You know what I mean? This is a middle-aged guy saying some sexist shit. You know what I mean? Like
To the nurse or
yeah,
something?
to anyone, yes,
Yeah.
but mostly like to just anybody. And it's like, and sometimes it's in passing, and I gotta go find that person and be like, he has brain cancer. You don't understand. Like it's young. It came on quick. Like you know what I mean? Like it comes with a whole prerequisite because
How old is he?
he's 58.
He's my age, yeah. No, I'm kidding, no.
He's right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's
He's
young.
a young guy.
He's young. So and he looks young. You know what I mean? He looks young, but it's like a bad one. You know what I mean? And he's like sorry, and he can't see. Like he can't see either. So he'll think someone's gone, and he's talking shit. Like he'll think like you know what I mean? Like we'll be in the elevator, and it's like you know what I mean? And you can't. He's just ripping an accent, and you're like, dude. Like he's like, do you see that fucking guy? He was like this, and I'm like, yeah, he's in the elevator. You know what I mean?
He's 5
He's
feet away.
here.
dude.
He pushed the floor for us. You idiot. Like I love you, dude, but like he's just like he's Midwest, so he is ruled by his small-mindedness a little bit. You
Sure.
know what I mean? And that's what makes people like that endearing is like they want to change, but their programming is still what it is. You know what I mean? They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, I know I shouldn't, but I do. You know what I mean? It's like that.
Right.
I know I shouldn't, but I do. It's like that. And so hey, that's the big challenge right now is just trying to navigate the fact that we're like, dude, I know you have the illness of somebody who's much much older, but you are you right now. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, he's like, we look like he's like he's my age. You know what I mean? We look like buddies. You know what I mean? Like he's just
You should get him a shirt that just says, I got brain cancer.
yeah
Sorry about what I said.
yeah.
Is he forgetful or is his memory still okay?
Yeah. I mean, he's a little bit. Yeah. I mean, he still has an okay memory. It just takes so much like energy to try to. It's only he can only do one thing at a time. It can
Sure.
only be simple. He's disoriented often, and his comfort zone is just so small. So it's that Midwest dad thing where it's just like you can't set me
Yeah.
off in any kind of way, and
Does he
And
have-
it's only ever gotten like just kind of worse with this diagnosis.
Does he have is he at home or is he in hospice?
He's at home.
He's at
so
home.
my mom's literally taking care of him like the full time.
fuck.
Yeah, dude. And she's a saint just because she's like, she's just, she's just like, he says a lot of like wild stuff because he doesn't feel good. He's not in a good place,
Yeah.
So he just does that, and like it's hard because like this is a guy who. Like, I am so, like, his pre-programming is something that I have too. Like, I just have it inherently. And he's just like, I don't know if you relate to this at all, because you're from the Midwest as well. But, like, people in the Midwest, they're just angry at other people. Like, you know what I mean? They're just, like, I just fucking hate that guy, for, like, that's just you hate him before you know him. You hate
Yeah.
him before you see him.
Yeah.
You're like, I fucking know that, like, a guy up at the stoplight who's just next to you, you can have no opinion about him, or you can just hate that guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
The Midwest is always like, look at this jag off.
yeah.
It's always look at this jag. Look at this fucking jag off.
Fucking idiot.
You're like, what does he do? What did he do?
He's doing
You see his
nothing.
bullshit. You see what he's doing. Jag off. Yeah.
He's just shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got your bags. You got your fucking bags. Jag off. That is very Midwest.
It's just so like it could just be a person who's near you, but it's not. That's an enemy. It's like it's a bad thing. So I have to like undo all that shit. Like I wake up every day and I think about somebody I hate, and then I invent a story about why they're probably not a bad person. I have to like invent something.
Well, who do you hate right now?
Like no, like just like people from like my past, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, or whatever, or just like, or something makes me angry. I have to like wake up and meditate and be like, well, that person probably had a distant mom. Like I have to actually like say things like that. I'm not being funny. I
No, I
kind of
know.
am, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I actually am. Like I have to like because it makes me feel better knowing that like I'm trying to work against this program of mine that just is like I'm just mad. I'm angry at that
Well,
person
that's got
or
to be
whatever.
from your pop.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
got to be.
yeah.
It's a character thing from your dad.
Yeah.
Like I think. Look, I think there's a lot of good people that come out of the Midwest. I think Midwest. What we're really trying to say is, it's a lot of stubbornness. So a lot of times the Midwest kind of masquerades as like everyone's so nice. That people say that all the time. It's like everyone's good at covering it up in
Yeah.
the Midwest, right? Like
Yeah.
there is a very good. Like Minnesota is one thing I'll say about these fucking dickheads. Where this idiot's from is right. They talk shit. They talk shit behind your back.
Yeah,
they wait
yeah,
for you to leave.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's
and
the
then they can't
worst.
wait to talk shit about you.
Oh, dude, it's the
worst. That's the Midwest. Like
Yes.
or in the closed-mindedness, right? It's like it's not that they don't. It's not that they hate some of these people, but I think the thing that the West Coast did to me too was it put a lot more different kinds of people in front of my face that I wasn't used to as a kid.
Mm-hmm,
And then when I moved out here, there also was a disposition in California of like, whatever, man. And I got to tell you, it's a great fucking way to be. Is like, whatever, dude. Dude, can you believe that they're doing this over there? It's like, yeah, man, whatever. It gives you like a fucking. I mean, the East Coast has it too. New York has it in
Yeah.
droves. It's just New York's a little bit harder. Like hardened,
Yeah.
But they do have I don't give a fuck about that guy. I got my
Yeah.
own thing going on.
Yeah.
because they're busy. They're in a city. They have their own world existing.
Yeah.
In California, it's more like I like my dad. I remember my dad saying something to the effect of like, "Oh, they're out there. These guys are out there in G-strings and da 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 da." And I'm like, whatever, man. Who cares? It doesn't affect me even a little bit. You know what I mean?
Nothing is better than a person from the Midwest's description of.
Oh,
where,
dude, please. Yeah, there was a grocery store in that a family friend of ours, Jewel Osco was like it's like a chain, but she was like talking shit, and she was like, that's the gay Jewel, and I was like, what do you mean the gay Jewel? Like she's reporting something to me. She's like, no. Last time I was there was a couple of lesbians. And I was like, oh, really? What did they buy? Like, I just think because we're so used to different kinds of people that we see so many different kinds of people
Yeah.
that it doesn't really, that you don't care or think about anything like this. But the Midwest still has like, they'll be nice and they'll go, hi.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
get in their car and they're like, Bob, there's 2 lesbians
Yeah.
at the thing.
Yeah.
It's just because they're used to their way of life.
Yeah.
And we're more in a world of like, everyone's out here, dude. Every kind of person you could ever think of is fucking here.
Yeah. My initial programming is to assume that something that's different is bad.
You're right. Midwest did that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
go,
it's not- and there's-
if it's not like you,
Yeah.
it's wrong.
Yeah, and I could give a shit about anything that anyone does. I don't care about any person at all. I don't hate any group of people. I hate individuals. I don't hate groups of people because of whatever it is that they do or who they are.
Sure.
But like, if it's just like, but like the Midwest has like made me initially go, you know what I mean? Like,
What's that about?
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
It's insane.
Well, it's you know, and this is not to shit on the Midwest, just because we're from the Midwest. I love it so much. I just
Yeah.
think it is a thing you hear all the time. Is when they mock California, you know, the weirdos out there and all this stuff. I say, there's weirdos everywhere.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
weirdos back where you live. It's just you don't see it the way we see it.
Yeah.
It just is not as present.
Yeah.
As whatever you don't like about the, you know, people doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I think actually the fact that like, you know, like you were saying about East Coast, like people in New York who are like, I don't care about that fucking guy. I got my own thing going on.
Yeah.
You have the luxury of a busy city. Do you know
Yeah.
what it's difficult? You know how difficult it is to have nothing going on?
Yeah, that's what it is. When you live out in the middle of nowhere, it's tough.
You don't have appointments. You don't
Right.
have you know what I mean? You
Right,
just
right.
sit and you
don't have to
rock.
share space.
Yeah.
There's no space, which is what they love. That's what, you know, that family of mine that lives out, they like that they don't share space with anybody. But
Yeah.
that's why when they encompass someone that isn't what they're used to or what they enjoy, that's usually why they're like, what the fuck is this? You know, because they want their own little space. But that's what I said to somebody. I was walking the dog the other day, and this guy had a sign but the grass between the sidewalk and the street, that's not yours anymore. That's public. You know what I mean? That's public. It's on the other side of the sidewalk, and it's between the sidewalk and the road. That ain't yours, okay? And it said a sign that said, absolutely no dog urination on my lawn. And I wanted so bad my dog to piss on it, just to be like, dude, fucking shut up. If you want these luxuries, don't live in a city.
Yeah.
You live in a major metropolitan area.
Yeah.
Move the fuck out. If you don't want people shit all over your shit,
Yeah.
don't buy a house that's on top of other humans and apartment buildings that loom over you. Dude,
Yeah.
we're all here. Get over it. And if you're
Yeah.
like, I don't like the way people live around me, then get the fuck out.
Oh,
then go
totally.
so far away, because you're never going to control other people's shit. That's, I think, another humbling of life. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
When someone goes, I don't like how these other people operate around me, it's like, well, then move far away from humans. If that's how you want to live,
Yeah.
that's fine. Then get the fuck out. But you're not allowed to live in a condensed place and get mad that people don't operate the way you want. We all do it. I
Yeah.
do it. But you have to get over it and go,
Yeah.
well, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
What am I going to, you know, like I used to complain about the guy whose dog would piss on my gate. I fucking hate that guy. What are you going to do? I fucking hate him. I want to kill him. But what am I going to do? I have to splash water because the dog pisses on the fucking gate every day. And it's so much piss. It's so much piss that I'm like, God, if it was just a small dog. But there's just things you accept. And you just go, fuck it, dude. We're all drowning. It doesn't matter. Who cares? By the way, the world is over. The impending doom is here.
Oh, dude.
Bomb us now. Whoever's listening out there, throw the bombs, dude. Drop them hard. Hit me hard. You know, I think that's, again, if we're full circling all this, everything is letting go. Going back to letting it go. It's okay. It's fine. It fucking sucks. A lot of this shit's hard. We're all dealing with our own beasts. You know, you're dealing with a beast that is, you know, heavier than most, maybe. You know, I think that's a heavy, heavy thing, but everyone's got their shit.
Yeah.
And you just got to let it all go. Let other people's shit go. You deal with your shit, but you can't control someone else's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? You keep slamming away and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know? And on that hilarious note, but I do want everyone at home to go watch your special. We'll put the link in the description below because you're a very funny guy. And I know you're going to make a meal out of this at some point too. You know you will. You'll have to because the comedy of it will show itself down the road because it is beautiful. It's sad and beautiful. And we're all going to... Someone's dealing with it just like you. You just don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone for sure is going through the same bullshit. You just don't know yet. And when you give it to somebody, it'll be nice because they'll go, "Oh man, that's just like the shit that I had to go through. That I had the same bullshit." Are you going back home soon? You gonna go see him again?
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try before tour picks back up. So
You going out again?
yeah. At the end of August, it kind of just picks back up, and then it gets crazy. So I try to take a little bit of time in the summertime doing like personal shit. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
doing,
you
like,
got
the
well.
personal
It's
shit.
the time to do it.
Yeah.
It's not a tour time. People are
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
And then the fall, you got to get back to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, look, my friend, I appreciate you coming by the show. I've had a wonderful time with you. I really hope people watch The Stuttering Comedian on YouTube. We will put the link in the description. I wish the best. My heart goes out to you. And I think it's a good life lesson for other people listening to know that everyone does have a little something going on, whether you know it or not. So it's easy to judge, but it gets a lot easier as you get older to go, well, someone else has got some fucking wild shit too. So what are you going to do? Let them piss on your gate. I guess that's the lesson. We end the episode the same way. Look into that camera and say one word or one phrase. I also wanted to thank you for giving me this gift. This is extremely nice. I couldn't drink because I'm cleaning out
Hey,
right
no,
now.
I get that.
But let me see.
For another time.
This guy.
Had
Me and
for
you
a
need to
while.
have another one of these. Oh, he's got. Is this the the Derringer? Yeah, delicious. You're a sweet prince. You know that? You really are. We end the episode the same way. Say one word or one phrase into that camera whenever you are ready. Go ahead.
The fuck is this guy doing?
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.